surgery in general like keeps you humble, because like how many times did you have like the perfectly planned out case and you're doing everything like by the textbook, and then shit hits the fan that because something was like off.
Whole new case.
And then you're like, oh my God, the surgery gods are angry.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're back.
Another episode of Unfilter It with Lindsey and
China. Woohoo.
Today we have a very special guest.
From the Midwest.
From the Midwest, Kaitlyn. She works with one of our sister practices in our corporation called Midwest Breast. There's hold on, there's more than that.
And aesthetic
surgery.
Yeah, you gotta remember all
MBAS.
Yeah.
So Kaitlyn and I met back in April. So Kaitlyn started her own med spa. I flew out there, taught her some things. We had a lot of fun. Yep. And we're having her on today. She's here in New Jersey hanging out with us. We're taking her to the city tomorrow, show her all the sights.
Yep.
So give us a little roundabout, background, just how long you've been at Midwest Breast. Tell us a little bit about that, and then tell us about Glo-Lux.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I've been a PA for about 7 years. This year is year 5 at Midwest Breast, so pretty fun.
Yep.
We have always had some like talks and different things in the office. I've been injecting just people we know, staff, things like that for about 4 years now. And then the docs came to me and they're like, we really need to start more on the cosmetic side.
Love it.
And I'm like, I'm all in, let's do this. Bring me all the crazy people, like Lindsey and China.
Bring them in.
And so it's been really fun. It's like drinking from a fire hose, but it's so much fun. It's been a blast.
Floodgates are open.
Yes.
Business is booming.
Yes.
I'm super excited at how well you're doing.
Yeah,
quickly.
It's fun. And Glo-Lux, like we just wanted something that was a little bit different than the Midwest Breast name. We wanted to kind of add a separate entity, so that was kind of fun. So we can kind of have people see it from both viewpoints, which is fun.
I think it's great because then it's another brand that's under your bigger brand, and just to have something different for patients, just a different feel, not so surgical, and all that. You have a ton of reconstructive patients, like they like to get, and the same thing on our end, those patients, they like to get through the reconstruction and move on.
Yes.
And this is a way for them to still stay part of the practice and enjoy it, which is great.
I feel like too, when you separate it sometimes, it's like a whole other vibe, Like I feel like sometimes people, we pay more attention to details on the aesthetic side than surgical is like very sterile and here's your treatment and out the door. Like we have more of the fluff.
Yes.
I like the fluff.
And I would say as like a mid-level in general, I think we get an opportunity to have more of the fluff than the surgeons and the docs, because they have to get through their patients and we can spend a little bit more time. And so I like that I get to give people what they want on the surgical side. In the OR, they're just asleep and they don't know it. And then in the office, they get to see me too, which is really fun.
And
I enjoy
just
it.
get to know people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I find that is one of the best part of my jobs is just, getting to know people.
Yeah.
I'm there, they're before their wedding, and then I'm like, I haven't seen you in like a year.
I
And,
know.
oh, they had a baby. That's why they haven't seen me. And all these things are great.
And when I started at Midwest Breast, I was in the office and the OR equally. And then we changed some things around, and the PAs are mainly like 80 to 90% in the OR now. And so I really actually lost that patient care side. And people are coming to the OR. I'm like, I've never even met you, which is really sad because I love to like know my patients.
Right.
So I love when the older patients come back and I get to see them again. I'm like, oh my gosh, and we catch up for like 20 minutes.
How are you?
It's
Have
so
you
fun.
been?
Yeah.
How's Johnny?
It's great.
I love it. I love that so much.
And so I do bring a lot of them into the med spa, which is nice because we've already built that connection. So I'm hoping it'll translate a little bit into that and I'll get that connection
I love
back.
that. So Midwest Breast, what are they mostly known for? What type of recon?
We're mainly known
about?
for our flap reconstructions, the deep flap, where we take the belly tissue, transplant it to the chest, using microvascular surgery, which is so fun.
Love me a good deep flap. I miss that.
I know, it's going to be
I
hard.
miss it.
As we grow, it's going to be hard to leave that. I always tell Dr. Torrey, I'm never leaving the deep flaps.
No, you can't.
I know I can't right now, but I'm sure that'll change with time.
You just sneak in and do like a guest appearance and then leave, and you don't have to do the post-op orders, and you're like, out.
Right? Yeah, you have to do that. Sorry. Yeah, that'll be fun. That would be great. But yeah, I think it'll be great to kind of bring those patients along for the ride.
Love it. So what types of services are you offering at Glo-Lux?
Yeah, right now we have all the toxins. We're doing fillers. We have facials, which is really fun. Dermaplaning. here shortly, a sneak peek. We're going to be adding some other stuff, which is really exciting. We won't give it away quite yet, but stay tuned. It'll be fun.
Exciting.
So that'll be good. Yeah, so we're just growing little by little. We have skincare products too.
You're also doing some local collabs, I heard you tell me. Yes, so talk a little bit about them. So in part of my training with Kaitlyn or any of our pillar practices that I do, I kind of go over with them marketing, things you could do on your social media to help. And it's really just getting to know your community and just working with them, you know, finding other injectors that you vibe with, finding other companies that you could ping off of, gyms, salons, who knows what. It could be literally anything, a juice place, I don't know. It could be anything. And you know, you just find your tribe and then you succeed. And you're doing extremely well at that. So we are partnering with Pink Ribbon Good, which is a very well-known local place in Columbus. They help women that are diagnosed with breast cancer. They bring them meals, they help with cleaning, they help them get to their appointments. They always have a bunch of fundraisers, and Dr. Tori and the other docs are super involved in that. And so I thought nothing better than to bring all the patients that we've already worked on surgically and kind of bring them back to our practice because we love them all so much and they love our docs. And so they're going to be there at our event in August. And then I have a friend who wanted to do a Botox and Bloom event. She owns her own floral shop in the small town where I was from. So she's going to come. It's Beagle's Cottage Blooms. She just started it this year. So it's really fun. She's getting out there. It was all her idea. And so I'm just kind of helping facilitate it. And that's the whole point. You reach out to people reach out to you, and you ping off each other.
Absolutely.
Just to make something great for patients.
And so we're going to make bouquets. We're going to Botox inject while you're there if you want to. Dr. Tori will be speaking. He'll be there the whole time with us. It'll be good. It'll be so much fun.
That is fun.
And then supporting
local businesses, which is great.
That'd be great.
I love this so much.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you like touched on a topic about like how when you're getting started, you're like trying to find your tribe. One thing that was helpful for me was like imagining your most favorite patient and then making all of your patients that favorite patient. So like just thinking about like where would they shop? Where would they get their groceries? Where do they work out? And then collaborating with those businesses to like kind of get all of those patients. And thankfully now, all of my patients are my favorite patients. It took a while to like weed out some of the bad weeds, but I think like now.
The weeds usually take themselves out. They find people that.
Now I have the coolest patients.
It's true. The people you tell no, go and find it somewhere else, and that's okay.
And I'd say a lot of people I talk to, they give me new ideas on where to go. You know, like, hey, you should think about this company, or you should think about this group of people. And so it's really cool to like, oh, I never would have thought about that. It like pings your brain, and then you think of 8 more places to go, you know? And so it's a great, like, your tribe doesn't just have to be in the aesthetics. It can be all different kinds of companies that need the treatment just as much.
So we have over here by us, there's a big Netflix thing opening. It's going to probably take a while to build, but I can't wait to get in there. You know, and it's like Netflix, whatever. But you know how many people work there? You know, there's going to be thousands of people that work there.
Do they need a podcast?
Yeah,
they're going to
Netflix. But it's like it's things like that. And then we also had like a Lifetime Fitness open right by us. So it's like, you know, not just like about salons or anything, but it's like, where are the people? Where are the people going? Where are big businesses that have a lot of people? You know, and it's even to the point where like I'm interested in talking with other businesses and offering their employee discounts to them at our place. And you know, who knows whatever they have. Maybe I get a free Netflix subscription.
Absolutely.
That's like the beauty of what we do too, is that like there's something for everybody. Like maybe not everybody is going to do fillers right away, but they might do facials and dermaplaning and skincare. Like I feel like there's something for everyone.
Even if it's just skincare like products.
All inclusive.
Everything.
And it's a lifelong journey in our world. So just because you're doing one thing now doesn't mean you won't need something else later in life that you never thought you would ever need, you know?
100%.
And I would say like, getting into this, like I love like designing and like I like seeing the different textures and layers of things, and I think surgery has done that a lot for me. But this is like a whole new vibe, and so my artsy side gets to come out that I didn't have in surgery before. So I think that's amazing.
That's what I love about this job too. because, or career, whatever we're calling it. It's not just a job to me. But I also feel like coming from a surgical background really helped me become a great injector. Where like I've been in every part of someone's body. Like I know all the layers. I've operated under microscopes, you know, all these things. And it really helps. You know, so then when I am training someone that hasn't, you know, I really make sure that I touch on certain things more than others. Because to you, I'm like, you know, we're training on a cannula. I'm like, just to mess the face with the filler. And like, you like get it.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
I'm doing that all day.
I
but
agree.
Other people won't understand
They're
that.
like, what the heck does that
what
mean?
What does to mess mean?
I know.
What do you mean? I'm like, just pretend this is like a tiny lipo cannula and go in there. So it makes it a lot easier for me to train people as well. And for surgical PAs to learn. So it's nice that way.
Also, like, you know, when you're doing your surgical assisting or whatever you're doing, you're directly visualizing things that some other people don't have that opportunity to do that. So the understanding of the body and the skin is like way more, you're already set off, but beyond some other people that don't have that opportunity.
And I feel like you don't even realize it.
You don't, you don't realize
I would
it.
agree, because like the density of the skin in different places, like when you're suturing and you're cutting through them, you get the texture understanding. But if you've never sutured or never injected into a layer of tissue, you would have no idea.
It must be extremely hard to learn.
Different.
And the other thing too is I always say like surgery in general like keeps you humble, because like how many times did you have like the perfectly planned out case and you're doing everything like by the textbook, and then shit hits the fan because something was
and
like
it's
off.
Whole new case.
And then you're like, oh my God, the surgery gods are angry. How do we make them happy again? You know? So it definitely keeps you humble and like kind of walking the straight path for safety.
And I think too, it's like, especially just in plastic surgery alone, it's like you just have so many tools in your toolbox.
You do.
So if that doesn't work, you're just like automatically thinking of other ways to do things and you don't even realize it. You're just on like, I don't want to say autopilot, but at some point you're on autopilot.
Your
brain's like if this doesn't work, whatever.
Yeah, you have to think of an A, B, C, and D plan always. And even if it's the most healthy patient, they may not heal well, or they may have, you know, internally a different understanding, or their skin was thin and we didn't realize it. Like all these things happen. I also think some people get a little scared of knowing when to refer, like knowing when to take the next step to the next place. And so I think that's where we kind of have a bump and a positive in the road.
We're like, this is surgical.
I don't think that this is going to work for you. Like, you need to go to the next step. I'm not going to waste your time here because we're not going to get your results.
And people really appreciate that. Because why am I going to waste your $6,000? You know, just save that and get your facelift and you'll be happy. And you're happy and you're done.
And you just have to know when that is. But if you've never been in those cases, you don't necessarily understand
you
that.
don't know.
Or know when it's time. Like that's the beauty of things too, is because like you only know what you know. You know, and you don't know. We say this a lot.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. So a lot of the times, and from going to like different practices, I can sometimes see like sometimes people are just more apt to offer what they have under their roof. So you know, if they don't have the capability to offer a facelift, they may say, okay, we're going to do X, Y, Z. Now we're going to move on to skin tightening, and they'll exhaust all of those options, and then they'll be like,
now you need a facelift. And they should have did that day one.
Whereas like
we're lucky.
when you're offering that from the jump, you know exactly what criteria is going to fit. And when your patient's coming in for consult for fillers, you're like, no, actually, you're going to get a better result if it's surgical.
Correct.
And you're then able to prep the patient in that way.
Which we do with all of our reconstruction patients. We give them A to Z and what we think would be best, but ultimately they have to decide what they want. And so I'm a person that's an open blank slate. So I'm going to tell you all of your options. I'll tell you what I think is best, but I'm going to give you the pros and cons of everything else. And if you think that you want to try something else first, that's fine. As long as I don't think you're going to get a bad result, or I don't think it's going to be what's best for you.
Or a waste of time.
I'm fine with that. But I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with what we've decided. So I'll spend all the time I need to do it.
And that's what makes you a great PA.
Thank you.
What's your favorite treatment to do?
Ooh, I would say I think the cheek fillers that
I
we
love
did with the cannulas. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yes, mid-face.
Makes such a difference.
Yeah, and even with some out as well.
And it really helps the under eyes.
It does.
So I find that now, as I guess I'm like a ARSA injectable trainer.
I guess.
Put that on the list.
Add it to the resume.
Just one of them. No, but it's funny because what I like to do too is I've made the mistakes in learning.
Yep.
I was working with an extremely busy practice, and I didn't always have the hand holding. Not that I really think that I needed it, but I find that, any of the mistakes that I've made, I just tell whoever I'm training now.
Absolutely.
Like, do this
and I feel
way,
like they
be
weren't
picky.
mistakes then.
Yeah.
That everything has evolved now, and we know
that's
more.
True. Absolutely.
So we used to do things a lot differently. Like, think about the first
really
lips
did.
that you
Even-
injected.
Yeah, totally different
Sorry.
ways.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Just even
You
talks, like what I learned 4 years ago about
totally
toxins.
different.
Like I just had another training, completely different. It's not
we're just
anything near what
getting
I've been
better.
doing.
More shots,
you know?
depth, less shots,
and just
this
how
area,
they teach it is
don't
different.
do here, now we have
Absolutely.
down, lower face, galore.
Absolutely.
I know. Yeah.
And like now there's like so many more products on the market. There's more choices. Like back in the day, you and I had like one or two to
that's
choose
it.
from, and
That's it. It's very
now
easy.
there's
everything.
30. I don't even know. There's probably
Absolutely.
way more, and there's so many options. Yeah, mid-face
Makes
is
it difficult.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I love mid-face. It's so good. All right.
Favorite surgery you already talked about.
Oh, yeah, deep
Favorite
flap.
season.
Fall. I'm a fall girl.
We all love the
Grew up on a
fall.
farm. It's farm season.
best.
Outside.
All year
bonfires.
should be fall.
I know. I agree. The weather's nice.
Love that.
Agreed. Favorite food?
Ooh. I'm a steak gal.
Oh.
Probably only because I grew up on a farm. We had a lot of beef in my house. But I can go for a good pizza.
Okay, steak or
I'm
pizza?
probably
Definitely
good-
while you're in Jersey, do that.
We gotta get the pizza.
Yep.
You
We
gotta
gotta
get
the
the pizza
bagels.
and the
the
bagels.
Yeah, we have.
I always
we
say
have
I could
Thursday.
eat Mexican every day of
Mexican.
my life if I had
You
to.
did tell me that.
I could totally do that.
But on Thursday we're doing pork roll, egg and cheese,
Yep.
bagels,
Yep.
pizza.
Yeah.
We're totally
the-
Jersey.
Yeah, we're Jerseying her out.
I've told Dr. Torrey I'm coming back. I promise I'm coming back.
Nope,
But I'm not.
Nope, we just hired her. She's not
You're
coming
not-
back. Sorry.
She loves Jersey now.
The food alone.
Sure, yeah.
So funny.
All right.
What
well,
about your rapids? Do your rapid
Oh,
fire
my rapid
questions.
fires. All right. Favorite Netflix show?
I think I had time to think about this. I think
Okay.
Outer Banks has been a good one.
Oh,
Yes.
my daughter loves the Outer
Bridgerton
Banks.
is a good one.
I never watched Bridgerton.
This is a real old
Oh,
one.
Bridgerton's
Friday
good.
Night Lights, not the movie, but the
Okay,
show.
the series.
I'm stuck on How to
good.
Get Away with Murder recently.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
we were like watching that every night till 1 a.m.
There was a women's prison show.
Oh, Orange is the New
Oh,
Black.
Orange is the New
No,
Black?
there's another one.
That's what
Glow.
that's what we need to be for
No.
Halloween.
I can't
The
think
two
of it
girls
right
from
now.
Orange is the New Black.
You should.
It would fit us. Yeah.
I
Be
have
great.
my own Halloween costume every day.
And you
All
look
right, what
great
else?
doing it.
Apple or cherry pie?
Ooh, cherry. My grandma grew cherries, so she made
love
cherry
that.
pie all the
Oh
time.
man, I wish I had a farm.
I
All the
know.
beef and
Black
cherries.
or white?
Black.
Okay,
All
like
right, you can work
this.
here. Sorry, Twari.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming.
Sold. Done.
So-
You're in. All right, well that wraps up this episode of
Unfilter It.
So see us next time.